Hey guys, welcome back to Bixby's Beer Reviews. So wonderful to have you here with me again. Today we're starting a new hop journey, moving to a new category of hops that I want you guys to know about. We're checking out hops from New Zealand. Now, of course, we've checked out Nelson Sauvin, one of the hashtag Big Five, a great New Zealand hop that's showing up everywhere in hazies. And we've also, Galaxy, a big hop from down in Australia. We checked that out too. But there are so many more hops from that region that you need to know about to make your best decision at the local bottle shop when you're picking out cans. And so I'm going to try to bring you everything I can on every New Zealand hop I can find. But there's only one hop I was ever going to start with, and that hop is Motueka. Now, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. You do not need to pull an 8% hazy IPA can to get the best of what a lot of hops have to offer. You should look at other styles, look at what hops can do in different approaches. And that's what we're doing today. We're checking out a beer from the folks at Gaithersburg, Maryland, Elder Pine Brewing. We've got Ji-biru. Ji-biru, a Motueka dry hopped, Foeder-Aged rice lager. You know I've been talking up Foeder-Aged lagers. I think it's a great way to go to take otherwise lighter beers and introduce a layer of complexity and flavor and depth that you don't always get. Now, I haven't talked about rice lagers, but it's one of my favorites. I say that about every style, but it's true. I swear it's true. Because there are so many great cuisines out there that you want to have a beer with, but where you don't need a big hazy IPA or a robust stout or even a more aggressively flavored amber lager. You want something that's very light and that doesn't just go with the food, but that can even sort of cleanse your palate and give you a better appreciation for what you're eating. And that's what rice lager is for. We'll talk about that in another episode. But for right now, it's a Foeder-Aged rice lager, dry hopped with Motueka, a wonderful hop from down under from New Zealand. So let's crack this one open and see what this wonderful hop has to offer. I'm going to be honest with you. When I think about sort of my conception of the world of hops, I've got this big five, next five framework, and I've got a few other categories we'll talk about down the line. Motueka is so common these days, showing up in so many hazies. You could make the argument that it belongs, not just even in the next five, but in the big five. Honestly, it shows up in a lot of places, and it's why it was the first New Zealand hop I was going to do with you guys. But as I said, you don't need a hazy IPA to get the best that a lot of hops have to offer. So let's take a look at this Foeder-Aged rice lager. You can see absolutely crystal clear. I've had a number of Elder Pines beers. They have a great lager program going there. You can see very well lagered, very, very highly carbonated too. We have a wonderful, very fluffy head here. It's a beautiful looking lager beer. Very, very excited to give it a smell. So let's get right to it. A very complex and interesting aroma going on with this beer. The very first two notes that I get are this wonderful lemon and lime combination that Motueka is so well known for. Of course, a rice lager is going to be possibly as low as you can go on the aroma scale in terms of its imposingness, so that the hops are really shining here. Now I get a little bit of a sort of a malt sweetness and a little bit of an oaky character too, a little bit of just sort of straight wood, not sort of any sort of bourbon barrel or anything like that, just a little bit of an oak note, but really it's the hops that are shining here. It's this wonderful lemon lime combo that I really don't think any hop, even citrus forward hops, really bring to the table as effectively as Motueka does. It's a wonderful aroma, and I can't wait to taste it. So let's dive right in here. This beer might be as close as you can get to drinking Sprite in beer form. And what I mean by that is it's very highly carbonated, it's very light, it's very refreshing, and it has this wonderful lemon lime pop type flavor to it. There's no other way to put it. A lot of the more citrus forward hops to me bring almost more of the bitter or the sour type flavors that citrus fruits have to offer. Citra is, I think, a prime example here. This brings a lot more of, and it's weird to say, the sweet elements of lemon and lime. Lemon and lime, of course, about as sour as you can get, but here, like I said, a little bit more like Sprite or 7-Up, like cracking open a cold can of one of those on a hot day during the summer. So it's a unique element that I think Motueka brings, and I think it's one of the reasons why you see it so often in hazies, is that it plays off of the more sour or bitter elements of some of the more citrusy hops, but it also brings a totally unique element on its own that can combo very well with more tropical hops, something that might bring more of a mango, pineapple, or coconut aroma. So thank you very much for joining me. As I said, we're going to be checking out a lot of different New Zealand hops. There is a whole world down there on those two little islands, bringing us flavors from across the entire spectrum of what hops are capable of, and other things that I wouldn't have even imagined besides. So we're going to dig down deep into everything that they have to offer, and I'm going to give you all the information you need to make your best decision when you're back at that bottle shop. So in the meantime, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.